Okay, we're going to use the factor theorem to determine whether x minus c is a factor of f. And if it is, we're going to write it in factored form. We did this a couple weeks ago already, so this should come easy for you. We're going to just do it on a video. The first one we have is 11. It's on page 231. And this is our polynomial. And we want to see if, basically, if x minus 3 is a factor of this equation. And all we're going to do, instead of using synthetic division, which sometimes I like to do instead, but we're going to do it this way, we're going to evaluate 3, f of 3. So everywhere there's an x, I am inputting a 3. So 3, 3, 3. Now, if it's a factor, we should get 0. And you've already seen this before, but I'm going to multiply this out, and I'm going to get 108 minus 27 minus 24 plus 4, and that gives me 61. Since 61 does not equal 0, then x minus 3 is not a factor of f of x, i.e. it's not a factor of this equation here. Alright, number 13, we have f of x equals 3x to the 4th minus 6x cubed minus 5x plus 10. And our c equals 1. So everywhere there's a x, I'm going to put 1. So we get 3 times 1 to the 4th minus 6 times 1 cubed minus 5 times 1. And wouldn't it be easy if they were all 1s? So that gives us 3 minus 6 minus 5 plus 10, which equals 2. And 2 does not equal 0. Therefore, x minus 1 is not a factor of f of x. Well, this is easy, isn't it? So far, so good. Alright, 15. Alright, so let's see about 15. This probably is a factor. What do you think? Alright, 15. F of x equals 3x to the 6th plus 2x cubed, oh Lord, minus 176. And they're saying is c is negative 2. So I'm going to plug in negative 2 here and see what happens. And what I get is 192 minus 16 minus 176, which equals 0. That means x plus 2 is a factor. Now, the instructions say if it's a factor, I have to find all the other factors. So what I'm going to use is synthetic division. The fact that I already have my c makes this easy. So what we're going to do is do synthetic division. And so I'm going to put in negative 2 here. And I'm going to put my numbers here as 3. And everywhere there's a placeholder. So that's 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, negative 176. So this was my x to the 6th. This was my x to the 5th, which I didn't have 1. That's why I put the 0. X to the 4th. There was my x cubed. This is my x squared column. This is my x column. I didn't have that. And this is just my x to the 0. X to the 0 is 1. So 1 times 176 is that. Now I put a little line here. The first step is to draw down the 3. And then you're going to multiply and add. Multiply and add. So when you multiply, you're going to get, bring down the 3. You're going to get negative 6 and add. Multiply and add. Multiply. I made this too small. And add. So what does this equal? Negative 22. You get 44. And you're going to go faster and faster on this. Multiply and add. Multiply and add. And this just proves to you, remember when we did this in class, that when you have a 0 here, that means 0 is a factor. Okay? So the factored form in this case, we don't have to go too far on this, it's just going to be f of x equals x plus 2 times, and we go down 1. So since we started with x to the 6th, this is now x to the 5th. So it's going to be 3x to the 5th minus 6x to the 4th plus 12x cubed minus 22x squared, running out of room, plus 44x minus 88. And there should be a parentheses there. And there is your factored form. Okay, pretty soon we're going to have to do more than this. So this is just practice here. The next, this one number was what? 15? Okay, so this is 15. And now we're going to do 17. 17 says, 17 is f of x equals 4x to the 6th minus 64x to the 4th plus x squared minus 16, and your c equals 4. So I'm going to evaluate f of 4 and what we get is 16,384 minus 16,384 again. So that all goes away. That's nice. Plus 16 minus 16. Obviously, this is 0. So that means it is a factor. So x minus 4 is a factor. And now I'm going to have to factor it out. So let me go over here and do this. We have 4. And I'm going to write 4, 0, negative 64, 0, 1, 0, negative 16. Again, I'm going in descending order. I bring down the 4, and I'm going to multiply. 4 times 4 is 16, and add. Multiply and add. Multiply and add. Multiply and add. Multiply and add. Multiply. And I do expect you all to get this fast, and it's very clear it's a factor. So now that I've used synthetic division, I know that my answer, writing it in factored form, is f of x equals x minus 4 times, and where did we start? We started with x to the 6th, so now we're going to call this 4x to the 5th plus 16x to the 4th. This was x cubed, this is x squared, so this is just going to be x plus 4. Because you don't have to put those in. And that is it. And do we have any more? Let's see. One more. Okay, so we have one more to do. And this is 19. And our equation is f of x equals 2x to the fourth minus x cubed plus 2x minus 1. Our c equals negative 1/2. It's a c. So everywhere there's an x, I'm going to evaluate it here at negative 1/2. And what I get is 1/8 minus 1/8 minus 1 minus 1. So basically, this is plus, by the way. How can this be plus? Oh, this should all have been negatives. Never mind. Negative, negative, negative. Sorry about that. So that's plus. And we're going to get a negative 7/4, which doesn't equal 0. Now, if it did equal it, we would have had to use synthetic division with a fraction. And believe it or not, it's not that hard. And we're going to run into that in the next video. That's all.